This might be the best Raptors color blocking I've ever seen in my entire life. Does this mean AND1's back? YouTube! Romeo the Retro God back with another review, and on today's episode, the Fred VanVleet PE. Ooh boy, I'm excited. Stay tuned, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get into it, man. What a great shoe. AND1 finally came with some heat after a long time, and you know, we've been used to seeing AND1s in Walmart, so this is a great change of pace. Woo! Boy, the color blocking on this is second to none. An extremely cool PE from an unexpected slept-on brand that nobody's been paying attention to for decades. So these joints came out at the tail end of 2020, and they were kind of slept on. I'm not 100% sure why, because these are some straight fire. Box reads, Attack Low 2.0 size 10, made in China. But look at the details on the box though. Yeah. I like the branding. Let's take a look at the upper without further ado. We have this black and purple and red color blocking. Most of the upper is actually made of a textile, but they've managed to mix up the materials pretty nicely. First thing you'll notice is this amazing purple that they have here. Raptors original purple colorway. It's a little bit different in its styling, but it's just a different shade of purple. As you can see, this one you kind of have a more of a subtle, more of a light colored purple, and it's not that bad, to tell you the truth. You know, it's the Raptors. It's the Raptors color blocking. What do you want? Now, when it comes to the style, I'm pretty sure that AND1 has taken a kind of like a more of a fitted approach. It's just one of those things that's more of a form-fitted shoe, so you're not going to get a whole lot of crazy tech on this. It's meant for functionality on the court, and it's super lightweight, as you can see. Not much weight to the shoe. Pretty premium feeling, man. I mean, it's not like it's a cheap Walmart brand. It really does feel like a solid, built to last shoe. As I said, AND1 is an outdoor basketball, street balling brand. So I mean, you gotta expect that these are gonna do good outdoors. They're probably gonna last, and they don't need a lot of break-in time because, as I said, it's basically a mesh and neoprene upper. So it's not like it's made of cheap materials. You have an EVA midsole and you got like a thin layer of boost on the inside, like a bedding of boost. So that's also amazing as well, man. You're getting a little bit of tech and a lot of court feel, which is exactly what I want. Neoprene, you got some mesh, breathable materials, and that's really soft. It's a really soft feel, and I like that, man. It's gonna feel really comfortable. It's gonna feel kind of like sock-ish. That's the reason why they're using neoprene in a lot of the sleeves for these shoes, because it really feels really nice when you put the shoes on, to tell you the truth. They've sewn the upper to be kind of like one solid piece. Obviously you can tell they're stitching all over the place, but it fits all into like one solid piece of shoe. As far as on-court performance, these shoes are going to be really good on and off court. I mean, you know, a big problem people have with LeBrons is that they find that you can't wear them off court, man, but I wear them off court, and I ain't listening to nobody else. So they kind of were sitting around. Nobody realized they came out because they weren't really heavily promoted, as far as I can tell. I actually got these for 99 bucks on sale because they hit the discount bin somehow. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all tripping. This is VanVleet. I'm just hoping VanVleet does some crazy stats this year, man. That's gonna make this shoe skyrocket. Y'all gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be pissed y'all missed out. Y'all sat there and looked at these shoes on the bin, didn't want to get them. Disrespecting the Fleet like that, man. This is kind of like a flywire type style mesh. Some of these like newer style designer shoes, they're starting to use this like harder mesh material. On this side panel here, this is basically like a neoprene, something that you find inside of other shoes pretty often. As far as like side ankle support, I mean, there's not a whole lot, but at the back, as you can see here, you have this fiber knitted heel section here, and that's a lot more stable, a lot more hard. So that's going to give you your ankle protection and give you some stability when you're going side to side and heel striking and so forth. You see that they have on the back here, it says bet on yourself. I could imagine that's VanVleet's slogan, of bet on yourself, but either way is a sound piece of advice. Pretty cool design. It's like a basket weave, and I mean, there's nothing really that you can clearly hate on. It kind of creeps up the back of the shoe. At the side on the midsole, you have this AND1 patch branding. Now, I kind of find that a little bit tacky, I'm not gonna lie, because like that's something that you'd see on a shittier brand AND1 shoe as well. You'd see this like AND1 patch in plastic. And I mean, they could have probably figured out a better way to use that space, but it is what it is. Eyelets that are kind of like neatly stitched, and it has almost like a lightning bolt. I mean, that's what's holding the laces down, and it's a pretty decent system, pretty functional. This lacing system looks phenomenal. I mean, can you see that? Black, red, and purple color blocking all throughout this strip of material, and they've done a good job of lining them with these purple vectors, and it goes all the way up the shoe, helping to keep the laces locked down. A lace lock, and that comes at the front of the shoe, as you can see here in purple. Nothing too special. It's not like it has branding on it or anything. It's just a purple lace lock. They have the last eye stay farther behind the shoe, and it's around the heel section, so you can actually let them dangle, which is pretty cool, man. Some people like to let them laces hang. I know what these arrows mean. Lockdown. Lockdown here, lockdown there, lockdown everywhere. So I actually like the way they did that, man. That's actually really cool styling. Now, this might be one of the illest parts on the whole shoe. This is the Vanvleet logo. Now, look at that, man. It's a V and an F in the Raptors claw, in the Raptors colors. Also, too, this is like a nice piece of suede patch. The rest of the shoe doesn't have anything like this on it, and it's a very nice premium quality suede. You can see here you have Vanvleet's signature at the top of the shoe as well. Excellent designing. Gotta be the illest symbol since the Kawhi Leonard symbol, man. So I mean, pay homage. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is a real PE. When you get a real PE, they gotta have the player's name and signature on it somewhere. Moving on, we have our midsole in black. Our outsole has purple and red on the exterior. Whoops, forgot to remove the sticker. That's how you know they're DS though. Let me just get that shit off here. The sticker don't want to come off. Give me a minute. Our outsole here is actually a wicked outdoor traction. Indoors or outdoors, you're gonna be well covered, man. Traction is crazy looking. Front to back, side to side, really deep grooves on it, meaning that they'll last a substantial while outside. So you could actually bring these outside and do pretty well. Just, you know, wait till it gets warm. It's funny because if you look here in the center of the forefoot and in the heel section, you have this like almost like a space where it's like where they would have put tech, but they didn't really put tech. It looks like there's something in there, but there's really not. It's just two little black bubbles. I don't know what the functionality of is there. Harmonics. That's one detail of the shoe I didn't really notice until now, but it says harmonics there. Now, what I do know is they put a layer of almost boost-like material inside of the midsole, so that way you do have some functioning tech. Now, we can't see it, but it's there. Just so you know, in case you're wondering, there's definitely tech inside the shoe. They wouldn't leave you bare. Speaking of tech, these shoes have amazing court feel. That's one thing I do like about actual ball shoes. I don't like a lot of tech in my ball shoes, man. I mean, some people like that bouncy, bouncy, springy, springy, but I like that court feel, man. I like to feel every little movement, every little piece of dust on the court I want to feel, man. I love shoes that have a nice bit of court feel and at least a little bit of tech in the heel section, but for the most part, super functional shoe. Priced accordingly, you can't go wrong, man. Ankle on the interior has a decent amount of padding, and that's going to give you some wicked ankle support. I love that. Super cushiony, very plush feel, and as I said, the interior is neoprene, so it's gonna feel silky smooth. This is actually a lot more padding than I thought would be on the heel. Usually they give you some sort of like cheap amount of like, I don't know, filler, whatever the hell they put in it, cotton, whatever. But this, it almost feels like it's like memory foam. That's how nice that feels, man. It feels really plush. It's it's almost like an inch thick layer of padding, if you can see there, but that really feels nice. It's very premium feeling and soft, and yeah, it feels very memory foamy, if that's a word. Memory foamy? Only thing that I can say that I can really even complain about is the little bit of glue stains that you can see on the shoe. I'm not sure if you can see them there and a little bit there, but I mean, nothing's perfect, right? It would be a little bit nice if the glue job was a little bit better on them, but I mean, the next pair somebody gets might not have no glue problems, so it just is what it is. Depends on the pair you get as usual. You might got glue, you might not got glue. Just a little bit of information in case you guys don't know who the boy Vanvleet is. He was actually drafted to the NBA in 2016, has been playing for the Raptors ever since. Fred Vanvleet is a point guard or a shooting guard, and he's one of the best players on the Raptors, man. If you don't know who Vanvleet is, man, you know, Raptors fan, See me, I got my Fred VanVleet beard popping and all that. If you're around in the 2000s and you guys used to watch the AND1 mixtape series, man, you know what I'm talking about. That sparked the whole AND1 craze. They came out with their own line of clothing and shoes, and they were hot for a long time until they sold out to Walmart and they became a Walmart brand. That essentially watered down the company, and now it's a Walmart shoe. So for the past like decade or two, AND1's been a Walmart shoe, man, and you might have got made fun of in school if you were wearing them. Your parents don't love you. They bought you AND1s. They don't. You can't afford Jordans. Your parents are poor. You're poor, Kenny. You're poor. Man, they came out when I was in high school. Like, there was like lugs and AND1s were kind of like the budget kind of urban guy. Kind of, you had the AND1s for the budget ballers, and you had the lugs for the people that wanted Timbs but couldn't get the Timbs. AND1 wasn't always trash. They actually had a bunch of different flavors. Without the AND1 mixtapes, the brand kind of fell to the wayside. Like, what's going on with hot sauce? What happened to hot sauce in them? They can't redo the AND1 mixtape. AND1 got watered down. Nobody has liked AND1 since, and really it's been like a neglected brand. But now with this release, I mean, they put out some fire, and as you can see, these shoes look amazing, man. I'm actually surprised, and it makes me wonder, is AND1 back? These shoes released in 2 other colorways, and it was a really hard choice. It's VanVleet. He plays for the Raptors. You gotta get the Raptors colorway, man. You want the original player in the original team that they played for. If VanVleet has a good year, these shoes will be going up in price, and you guys are gonna remember them sitting in the discount bin. Should have copped. I've had all 3 versions of the Attack 2.0 in hand, and they were like all fire. It was hard to actually choose which shoe I wanted, man. The other shoes, though, as you can see here, are still fire. You have the all white, and it had a gum sole, and man, I'm a sucker for gum soles, man. I love gum soles. The traction's better, they look fire. The gum sole don't get disgusting. I love it. And you had the red and black like tiger stripe version, and that was also pretty cool and very striking in its design, a little bit different. But I will say each shoe feels almost completely different from the shoe beside it, man. I mean, if you had all 3 shoes next to each other, you'd be hard pressed to pick which one to wear. 3 different colorways and 1 PE for VanVleet. Man, he gotta be doing something good. But make sure you guys do go true to size. Otherwise, you will be sorry, because you can't be going up half a size or down half a size when you're talking about fitted, form-fitting shoes. When can you find a PE, any PE, for 100 bones? I mean, you just can't. It's impossible nowadays. Every goddamn Jordan's running up rent money almost. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay rent money for these Jordans nowadays. So $100 on a PE from a current athlete in the original Raptors colorway. Another thing they had are these Ghostbuster Attack 2.0s, which are actually pretty fire. I mean, I like glow-in-the-dark shoes. Why didn't those release? If you guys are thinking about copying the shoe, I'm gonna show you guys some on-foot footage to show you kind of how they look if you're wearing some Raptors gear, because most likely if you're wearing these, you're either gonna be wearing black or you're gonna wear some Raptors gear with them. So I'm really happy that AND1 is producing shoes still, and producing them at that price rate. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did you guys cop? Did you miss out? Or did you even know they dropped in the first place? Interested to know. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Romeo the Retro God signing out. Until the next one, peace.